Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a subscriber. This is from a young guy, he's 24 years old, and he's writing in asking my advice on the subject of marriage one day. And before you all start grumbling and throwing things at the TV, just hear me out. As a young guy, he's 24 like I said, and he had, unlike a lot of young guys his age, this guy's really from the get-go had a mature attitude about life, career, money, and all that. And he's got himself in a good position where he's doing very well financially. He doesn't say what he does for a living. I'm suspecting he's a business owner, or he's a co-owner of a business, or has a very high position at a company at a young age. He's got some skills, and he's done a very good job putting money away, and he's assessing where things will go in that direction. And he's fortunate to have parents that have been married 30 years and really love each other, and he wants that one day. Problem is, he knows the world we're in right now. He knows what the gals are like right now because he's 24. He knows his generation and pretty much knows they're doomed, thanks to feminism amongst many other things plaguing this world. And he wanted to know my advice on what I think he should do, how he should handle the situation, all out to help ensure that one day, because obviously the guy wants to have kids and all that. I don't know if he's religious or anything like that. And I'm doing this because I know there are guys out there that are traditional, that are religious, would like a family one day, but the problem is they see the cesspool that is the dating scene nowadays and the attitude that's out there, and they're understandably concerned. So I'm going to go through his email here, and then I'll share my opinion of what I think how best to handle the situation given his age, the times, all that, and any of you other young guys out there that maybe kind of have his concerns or questions that could help you out. So he starts off, he says here, good afternoon. First of all, I just want to say thank you for all your videos that you put out daily. I recently switched jobs, which has allowed me to listen to your videos every day. I've been a subscriber to SSM for about a year and have watched every video for the past 6 months. I'm not sure if my email will make it to a video of yours, but I would appreciate your advice and opinion. Well, bro, thank you very much for your support. That's a lot of videos in 6 months. A little background on me. I'm 24 years old, who graduated from college in 2021 and played a Division I sport. I'm 5'8", which I know is a bit on the short side, but in decent shape. In grade school and high school, I was constantly bullied for being on the smaller side and just soft. This led to low self-confidence, especially when talking to women of my age. Well, you weren't missing anything, let's be honest here. I found my peace and happiness in the sport I picked, and due to that sport, I became really good at, and I was surrounded by older and very successful people. I believe this helped me to become very good at networking with successful people in the various fields of work. I never went to any high school parties and didn't lose my V card until I was 19. Going to college was eye-opening. Well, good job. You found the sport you like, got you to be sociable, talking to older guys with success. That's the way to go. Learn from people that are better than you. Experience. That will help guys greatly in life. My freshman year, I had a 2-bedroom apartment to myself. Needless to say, I hosted some decent parties, which helped me come out of my shell. Fast forward to my junior year, I got a girlfriend, which I dated for 8 months. She was a train wreck. And looking back at it all, I just laugh at some of the situations. Needless to say, I learned a lot from it, and I still haven't seriously dated a girl since. I do all right with the ladies. I think my body count is just below 20, but I haven't found any of these girls to take seriously. Well, get in line, because there's a whole lot of guys out there just like you that don't take them seriously, and they complain that the guys don't take them seriously. They complain that more guys aren't interested in relationships, but then again, well, start acting like ladies. Start behaving in a manner that we can actually have respect for you, and maybe some guys will take you seriously. Get off the fucking social media and showing off your ass to the world. It says here, I am incredibly blessed financially. Not like some of these stupid rich kids taking yachts and private jets everywhere, but well off enough with proper investment, I can retire in 10 to 15 years and live comfortably. Yes, I'll be getting a prenup and protecting all my assets, so there's no way a girl can take what's mine. My parents have been happily married for about 30 years, and that is what I want for myself. Well, again, I gotta wonder what you do for work at 24 years old that you obviously, either you made a lot on your own somehow, you're one hell of an investor, you maybe your parents are wealthy and they give you a trust, which you're managing. I don't know what. But okay. You got cash, you're doing well, you're smart enough to know about investing and all that. But I'm going to come back to the end of the story here. It says here, I'm on Tinder and Hinge to see what kind of talent is out there. You're looking for a future wife on Tinder? Smack. Get the hell off that cesspool. That is for fucking hookups, nothing more, young brother. I've had numerous parents try to set me up with their daughter, but almost every time they get mad at their parents and then cross me off their list. Many of these girls I talk to are so effed in the head. The effedest movement has screwed my generation. These girls have so many options and so much male attention from Instagram, etc., that they can't think long term. Women refuse to be loyal to one guy now, which gives some concern. Some of my friends are in their 40s and they say I need to find a girl who's 26 through 28 and more mature than girls my age. My concern is that these gals will realize they're getting close to the wall and need to find a guy ASAP. What are your thoughts and suggestions for me and others in your community? With much gratitude. So, all right. First of all, if you're looking for potential wife material one day, well, I don't want to be hearing about that at 24 years old. You're obviously doing great with your career and money and all that. So I don't want to hear about this looking for wife stuff at 24 years old. I want you at 24 years old, 24 through 30, to continue to be on your grind. Whatever you do for a living, either you have your own business or you work for a great company, I don't know what, focus on that and getting better and better each day at your job and rising or growing that business or whatever. And by you doing that, you'll make more money. And by you living beneath your means and investing your money properly in an area you feel comfortable with, be diversified, it'll continue to grow. But if you're out there on Tinder and Hinge and you're dating and everything trying to find the one at 24 years old when you should be totally on your grind, you're going to be spending a lot of money. That's money that can be put away and invested. So let me make that clear. I don't want to hear any of this stuff about looking for a wife right now. Because here's the thing, guys. We can have kids in our 40s or 50s, for God's sakes, okay? So you could, if sincerely you do want to have a family one day and love to have something like your mom and dad, which I'd hope for you, there's no rush. The problem is people get into trouble when they're in a rush. Guys get into trouble, girls get into trouble. You got plenty of time. And these same gals are checking you off their list now, I guarantee you, they're going to be banging on your door down the road because they'll be approaching 30 and all that, but you're not going to want them anyway. So right now, you focus on your grind, continuing to make something of yourself. You're doing well. Next, get off fucking Tinder. I said that already. That's just trash. Next, with regards to, you said that you're doing well and you're putting money away and you project they might be able to retire in 10 to 15 years. So we're looking at between 34 years old, let's just say 35 through 40. Well, remember, as Mike Tyson once said, everybody has a plan as they get punched in the face. So be aware, a lot of shit can come in the way to torpedo that plan of retiring in 10 to 15 years. Okay? If you're looking at the history of market returns, S&P 500 or whatever, and realize we'll get through the bullshit we're going through now, realize some things could happen that could mess up that plan in terms of average returns over 10 to 15 years. Also be aware that you could have unexpected expenses that could get in the way of those whole thing. So be aware that not everything is going to go as planned. Also be aware that if a lot of times when people factor in what they would need for retirement, they look at average inflation. Well, the numbers that the government gives on inflation is all bullshit. If they say that inflation years ago was 2%, it's probably more like 3 or 4. They're full of shit, so take that into consideration. Also consider that if you retire at 35, 40 years old, that's a long time. You got to have money to take care of your ass because you could live to be 100 years old. So I'd really reconsider the numbers in regards to when you plan to retire. Also, I might add, if you're a successful guy and you're doing well for yourself, either working for a company or start your own business, why would you want to retire at 35? You're going to be fucking bored out of your mind. I plan to work until I drop dead because I'll be doing something I love and making something myself. And honestly, I know that if I'm always doing something, my mind will be sharp and I'll be active and feeling good while all the dudes that are my age are dropping like flies. So remember, you might find something you truly love and you'll keep going and going. That'd be great if you had the wealth there to back it up that you could stop whenever you wanted, but I just don't see how you want to retire at 35, 40 years old if you do something you like. Now back to I just want to mention all those things, okay? So just be aware of that. back to the whole girl thing, you got your whole life to meet women, to do relationships and find a gal that hopefully, because that's what you want for a family. But right now, yeah, they're trash. Not all, but a lot. And what's going to happen is, I guarantee you, since you're 24, a lot of these gals, when they start getting into their mid to late 20s, they're going to panic because they see 30s coming. I know you're aware of this because of the videos I do. And be very careful. These girls are going to swoop in. They'll see you're obviously doing well. And all of a sudden, these same girls that wouldn't give you the time of day are going to be after you. And you got to not let yourselves cave and make the mistake of thinking, oh, she's different. Be aware of what can happen. I wouldn't even consider thinking about that stuff until your 30s, like I said. And because you got all the time in the world. And remember, a man's prime really begins in his 30s. A woman's prime ends at 30. Or let's be honest, a couple of years earlier. You can have damn good-looking girls in their 30s, but it's not the same as their 20s. And they know this. That's why they rush to the altar. So take your time. And that way, by you taking your time, you can really screen and vet these girls. Honestly, you should probably look outside this country. Look in Asia for some women. That's what a lot of guys do. That's like the last hope for some traditional feminine women. That's just a tip there, which I've heard time and time again. I've had guys write me, tell me about that. They met their wives on a trip in Asia. And that's where they get feminine, traditional women. These American women have just been, had the claws of feminism scratched into them and contaminated their bloodstreams. So be careful and take your time. When you do meet that girl, spend years getting to know her. And it might be in your interest that you meet a girl that actually has her own fucking career. That when she's on the job, she can obviously do what she has to do to compete in this world. But when she's off the job, she can go back to be her feminine self. But the only way she can do that is if a man acts like a masculine man. And yes, there are women that have professional careers, have high titles, make a lot of money, but with the right guy, they'll become feminine. And it has happened, and trust me, I know. Because I dated a lawyer for years. And on the job, she was there very much a ball buster, but when she was with me, she became a girl. It can be done. And that's all I'm going to say there. So take your time. And there's no rush, and screen them properly. And when you finally have had that girl, because if this is indeed what you want to do, then make sure you do the prenup. But make sure it's a prenup in a way that you got your prenup, she has her prenup, so there's no issue about her being signing under duress or any bullshit like that. And protect yourself. So keep these things in mind. By 24, you should not be focused on chasing relationships and settling down. Because remember, a guy 24, a masculine guy, is chasing his purpose, his goals, his ambitions. Remember, it's the women, feminine energy, that chases bonding and relationships and connecting. A man is chasing his purpose, and they have to fight to get you to settle down, not the other way around. So keep that in mind. So just take your time, no rush. Losing my voice here. Get off Tinder, and you're going to be all right. But again, keep kicking ass in the world. Keep putting your money away, investing it right. Remember, things aren't always going to work out as you think they are, but just be smart about your money, and you'll be there. And you may realize by the time you get to your mid-30s or 40s, even if you could retire, you may not want to because you're enjoying what you're doing so much. And I hope that happens, because the hell are you going to sit around and do for the next 40 years? Play golf? Or shuffleboard in Florida? Or, you know what I mean? So just consider that. And you're going to be all right. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let this guy know what you think. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.